An high look and a proud heart, and the plowing of the wicked is seen. The soul of the wicked desireth evil, his neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes. Proud and haughty, scorner is his name, who dealeth in proud wrath. Sacrifice of the wicked is abomination. How much more when you bring it with a wicked mind. Ang tawon ta ang kalidad sang kabuhi nga ginakabuhi makauturan sa mga malaot. And remember, in the book of Proverbs, the wicked are the people who are qualified by Solomon, that they are those who does not fear God. They are those who does not regard God in their lives and does not regard the word of God in their lives. So if that person doesn't fear the Lord, of course, that person will only live his life in wickedness. Ano ang makwality nga aton makitaan sini nga adlaw sa ila? Ang tawon ta ang pila ka mga aspeto mga uturan sang kabuhi sa mga laot. Number 1, ang tawon ta ang taging pusoon nila. The wicked's heart. Anong ara sa taging pusoon sa mga malaot? Of course, number 1, you can see there, what lies in their hearts is pride. Their hearts are proud. Hambal Solomon, an high look and a proud heart. Now, anong picture sang proud heart mga kauturan? Ang picture literally dira mga kauturan sa proud heart. This is the person who thinks that he has no limit. So, if you think of that mga kauturan, ang tao nga bugalon, he doesn't care about what others would say or what rather God would say to his life. He always thinks that he has no limitations. He has no restriction. He can do whatever he wants because he doesn't care about what others will say. And that's the problem. Kung ang tao nag-disregard sa Diyos, ang tao makauton wala nagkakahadlok sa Diyos, he thinks he can do a lot of things. That's why the problem of a person who doesn't understand that person continue to live in wickedness. That's why he said at the end, an high look, a proud heart, and the plowing of the wicked is sin. Because that man doesn't regard whatever God would say to him and to the people. And the problem is that a proud person is always arrogant. And proud and haughty, it means he is an arrogant person. No? He always look at himself as better than others. He look at himself as, he always overestimate himself and underestimate others. And that's the problem. The wicked's heart is proud. And under that, you can also see here that what's in the heart of the wicked is evil. The desires of his heart is evil. No, the soul of the wicked, speaking of his heart again, desires evil. Anong ginahandom sa ting pusoon niya is evil. So can you imagine the problem? That man doesn't think of boundary. He doesn't think of God as the restrictor of whatever we do. He thinks that he can do everything he wants. He has no limit as he thinks. Hambal sa tao. But what is in his heart, what lies in the heart, what he desires is evil. What he desires is not good in the sight of God and not good towards others. And another thing, no, nga ginahambal Solomon dere ara sa verse 27, that the mind, what that wicked thinks also is wickedness. Ang ginapaminsa sang malaot kalautan man. So if you look at that, that's a big problem. The proud, the wicked who is proud, whose desire is evil, who what he thinks is evil. Can you see what destruction he can bring? Amuna, no, in reality sa kalibutan, we always complain about what is happening in our world, but in reality, the problem that, or the cause of the problem, we always return to the fact that it is because of the wickedness of men that we suffer and even the world is getting worse right now. It is the wickedness of the heart of these wicked people. Now, secondly, I want you to see also the eyes of the wicked, or the wicked's eyes. Hambal Solomon, that's verse 4, an high look. How these wicked people see other people. Paano nila tuloko ng iban? How they're going to look at their neighbors, their fellow men. The problem is Ginghambal ni Solomon diri ang kalidad sa ila pagtulok sa iban haylo. Anong picture siya na? Ang iya ko no literal nga picture ka ang isang fountain no nga buswak sa motoran. You see the heights of it and everything under it, no? So iya na gina-picture nga lesser sa iya. So it means gina-lift up niya yourself, ginalantaw niya hugalingon na mas taas sa iban. Iba nang haylok. In reality, kung amuna mauton ang tagipuso, remember, the heart of the wicked is proud. The way he look at others, basically, ginalantaw niyang iban na mas nubo sa iya. He always overestimate himself and he underestimate other people. And that's the problem. Feeling niya siya lang pinakamaayo, pinakabagsik. Siya lang pilming tsakto, siya lang pilming correct. Then, that's why in verse 10, no, the soul of the wicked is at evil, his neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes. He has no mercy with his fellow men. He doesn't consider them in that sense, mga kutulan. Why? Because he always look at them as lesser than himself. Kaya mo nang budlay, no? Realidad na. Sa totoo lang, sa tao nga malaot, nga bugalon, that is how they look at other people. Then lastly, the acts of the wicked or the wicked's acts. Anong ginaobra? So, you see, what is in their heart, how they see the things, how they see other people. Now let's proceed to what they're doing. Ang sa verse 4, alang tatlo da ka punto, no? The high look, their eyes, their proud heart, and the plowing of the wicked. What is the idea of the word, the plowing of the wicked? It speaks of what they do. Their act, their labor. So, lingkod, umaayo kay gaplaw, no? Gadaro. We qualify ni Solomon is sin. You see? Because the problem is in the heart. The problem is in the heart. Their heart is qualified as wicked. The way they look at things is wicked. Kauturan. Then basically what they're doing, kasi masaling mo sa maayon eh. But again, what they're doing is sin. Yung qualify sa Bible na, malaot na mga kauturan ang ginaobran na. No, you see here sa verse 27 magani, Haban Solomon, the sacrifice, it is like a religious act, right? The sacrifice of the wicked is abomination. It is not acceptable before God, even if he perform religious things. But what lies in his heart, the rejection of God, you know what? Ang mga malaot, pwede ka pakita ng religious la. Pwede ka pakita nga daw nahadlok sa Diyos, daw may passion sa Diyos, but in reality, wala. They perform religious sacrifices. Haban Solomon, the sacrifice of the wicked is abomination. Ginakangil-aran sa Diyos na makauturan. How much more if we bring it with wicked mind? So what they are doing basically is sin. Munang picture pa may bisan anon pa nato makauturan. So ano pa na pag-deceive sa tao nga malaot sa hugalingon. He would say that he's doing good for the people, he's doing good for the society. But when God qualifies his acts, God will say, even if you do that, even if you labor, even if you do religious things, before me it is sin, before me it is abomination. Kung wala ang tao magkahadlo sa Diyos, ang tao wala surrender sa Diyos, mga uturan, magsalig sa Diyos, ang tao wala mag-regard sa pulong sa Diyos, that is how God would qualify him. Yan ang pagid. The proud and haughty, scorner his name. He derided. He will look at others with proud eyes and will deal these people who dealeth in proud wrath. Because of the problem of his heart, his dealing with other people is full of pride. He will scorn people. He will deride them. That is simply an expression of his pride. That is the expression of his sinfulness. And that is how he deals other people. The act of the wicked is sin, and it is abomination before God. This is God's word for you today.